So let's dive right into this explainer, because we're looking at how the telecom industry is literally being reimagined from the sky all the way down to the wallet in your pocket. If you've ever felt like your monthly cell phone bill is just this one-way street where you're handing cash to a giant corporation, well, what we're about to cover is definitely going to change your perspective.
Now, when we hear the word decentralized, right, it's super easy to just picture some digital app living purely in the cloud. But World Mobile is different. They are aggressively scaling a real-world telecom network with heavy physical infrastructure. We're not just talking about code on a screen here. We're talking about actual aircraft, physical hardware, and community-operated nodes all woven into a blockchain framework.
Think about this for a second. What if, instead of just paying for your mobile network, you actually owned a piece of it? And what if you earned Bitcoin just for connecting? We're looking at a massive paradigm shift from being a mere consumer to becoming an active owner. Providing coverage to your neighbors could actually pay you directly. To really grasp how this all works, we can break the ecosystem down into 3 steps. 1, airborne infrastructure in the sky. 2, community nodes on the ground. And 3, consumer rewards right in your pocket. Okay, Section 1, airborne connectivity takes flight. Their stratospheric platform is moving incredibly fast right now. They literally have a Britten-Norman Islander aircraft ready to go for next-generation systems integration, actively advancing an airborne 5G program. This completely bypasses the need for building expensive, traditional ground towers that take years to zone. By beaming 5G straight down from the sky, they can instantly cover regions that legacy telecom companies completely ignore. Which brings us to Section 2, scaling networks from the ground. So transitioning from the sky down to the ground, we have EmberNodes. These are physical hardware devices that broadcast network coverage, and they just went live in Pakistan. After a major drop closed, everyday people are now operating a brand new layer of connectivity. You basically plug in a node, provide local coverage, and earn real-world rewards. The public is literally acting as the internet service provider. Let's look at Section 3, proof of real-world earnings. Because, it's one thing to talk about theoretical rewards, but the hard reality is in the data. And the volume here is wild. In just the very first week of May, the leading EmberNode moved a staggering 575.64 gigabytes of data. That's absolute proof that these nodes aren't just sitting idle. There is a massive appetite for connectivity, and this community-owned hardware is successfully handling heavy loads right out of the gate. To put that 575 gigabytes into perspective for you, the network sets an 800 gigabyte monthly planning benchmark for these nodes. That single leading node absolutely crushed more than 70% of its entire monthly benchmark in just 7 days. The velocity of data consumption here is honestly phenomenal. So what's the so what here? What does that data movement actually mean? Well, it means revenue. That explosive first-week usage translates to a $128.48 annualized forecast based purely on that daily average. It just proves that if you position a node effectively, rapid, tangible earnings are entirely possible. Of course, not all nodes perform exactly the same. The data reveals a very specific winning formula: usage plus uptime plus demand plus downstream connectivity. When those 4 elements align seamlessly, EmberNodes can move incredibly fast. It's a system that heavily rewards operators who are strategic about where they deploy their hardware. And for those looking to actually run this physical hardware, the network is actively expanding. The next weekly node drop opens up Wednesday at 1600 UTC on their official portal. All right, moving on to Section 4, the Bitcoin mobile evolution. Let's pivot from the operators on the ground straight to the ultimate end-user experience, the phone in your pocket. Through a strategic partnership with Cuentas, they're introducing Bitcoin Mobile. This is nationwide 5G connectivity built right on the World Mobile chain. It has privacy-first features, but the real showstopper, you can get up to 8% back in Bitcoin just for using your mobile service. Imagine getting an 8% rebate on your cell bill every month, paid out in Bitcoin. That's huge.
I really want this statement to sink in. This is connectivity evolving beyond access. Traditionally, you pay a provider, they give you the internet, and that's the whole shebang. But by integrating Bitcoin rewards, the service provider becomes an active engine for financial empowerment. It completely redefines what a telecom company is supposed to do.
And finally, Section 5, flexible rewards for users. For Premier Rewards members holding the WMTX token, the ecosystem is getting a major upgrade. They're replacing those old, rigid, fixed vouchers. Now, Gold tier members and above earn monthly points in a highly flexible rewards marketplace. The mantra is literally, your plan, your WMTX, your rewards, your choice. You decide what to do with the value you generate. In practice, this means you can spend those network points on household brands you already use every day. We're talking Amazon, Netflix, Spotify, Uber, PlayStation. It brilliantly connects the decentralized crypto world right back to your daily routine. You're helping secure the network, and in return, you're paying for your next Uber ride. So, bringing it all together, I want to leave you with this final thought. Given the massive physical build-out we just walked through, from stratospheric 5G planes to highly profitable local nodes moving huge amounts of data to consumer plans paying out 8% in Bitcoin, we have to ask the big question. Will decentralized telecom eventually render traditional cellular carriers obsolete? Are the legacy giants running out of time? Definitely something to chew on the next time you pay your standard mobile bill. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep your eyes on the skies and your nodes.